Hello friends, how nice it will be if India avenged the 2020-21 series Adelaide Test match, which was a day-night test match, and India were all out for 36 in the second innings. If India can just repeat that show, not becoming all out for 36, but can do that same thing and dismiss Australia out for 36, well, why not? Anything can happen in test cricket. Anything can happen in the game of cricket. India were all out for 36 4 years ago. India were all out for 46 in October against New Zealand in Bangalore. And very recently, Sri Lanka were all out for 42 against South Africa in their first test against South Africa in Durban last week. So anything can happen. India could also be dismissed again for 36 or even less or even more, a little bit more. But then hopefully it does not happen, and it is Australia who are at the receiving end, considering that India, the kind of start that they got to this Border-Gavaskar Trophy 2024-25 series, having won the first test in an incredible fashion. Their bowlers, led by the stand-in captain Jasprit Bumrah, picking up wickets and bowling out Australia twice in succession to win by a huge margin of 295 runs and take a 1-0 lead in this 5-test series. The Adelaide Test match, which is a day-night, played with the pink ball, is less than 24 hours away. And India go into the test match with full of confidence, and their lineup being strengthened by the return of permanent captain Rohit Sharma and one who has held his number 3 position in the batting order with good performances, Shubman Gill. Both of them missed the Perth test match for different reasons. Rohit on parental leave and Gill out on injury to his finger. Who goes out? As I mentioned in my previous episode, it has to be Devdutt, Padikkal and Dhruv, Jurel, while I don't see much changes in the bowling lineup, except perhaps maybe Akashdeep coming in for Mohammad Siraj, or India going unchanged in their bowling lineup. India and Australia have played in Adelaide quite regularly since their first visit in 1948. India then, in 1948, though they lost the test match and of course the series, it was memorable for a century in each innings by the then stylish batsman Vijay Hazare. He scored 116 and 145 in that test match, in which the legendary Don Bradman scored a double 100 and Lindsay Hassett scored a big 100. So that was the first of the 13 test matches that India and Australia have played in Adelaide. Adelaide has been quite a regular feature in India's itinerary on their tours to Australia, and 13 times they have played. Australia have dominated, of course, winning 8 of them, while 3 have ended in draws, and India have won 2 test matches. The memorable one in 2003, made famous by Rahul Dravid's 233 and 72 not out, and his impressive, magnificent 303-run partnership for the 5th wicket with his partner in crime, VVS Lakshman, who scored a magnificent 148. So that was the test match that India won for the first time in Adelaide. India won by 4 wickets, and apart from the batting heroics of Rahul Dravid and VVS Lakshman, it was also largely because of the current chairman of selectors Ajit Agarkar's magnificent spell of bowling, 6 for 41, his career best test figures in the second innings, that gave India victory by 4 wickets. The second win for India in Adelaide came in 2018. That was thanks largely to the the successor of the original wall of cricket, Cheteshwar Pujara, who scored a brilliant 123 in the first innings and 71 in the second innings to be the hero of India's victory by 31 runs. This came in 2018. So 2 wins for India in Adelaide, while there have been 3 draws. Some of the memorable performances for India in Adelaide have been, apart from Vijay Hazare's 200s in the same test match in 1948, one cannot forget the magnificent 174 by Sandeep Patil in 1980-81. And this innings of Sandeep Patil was much appreciated and is worth its weight in gold only because of the head injury he suffered in the previous test match, hit on the head by Len Pascoe in Brisbane. And to come out of that injury, to spend some time in the second innings, even though he was not ready, it was Border-Gavaskar, the then captain, who wanted Sandeep Patil to go out and remove that fear from his mind. And in the next test match, it was that magnificent 174 against the Australian pace bowlers. Another memorable performance is, of course, Kapil Dev's 8 for 106 in 1985-86. Kapil Dev, his third best bowling figures in test history after his 9 wickets against West Indies in Ahmedabad in 1983, and he took another 8-wicket haul against Pakistan. So this 8 for 106 to go with Sunil Gavaskar's magnificent 166, it was a drawn test match. Who can forget Virendra Sehwag's quick, magnificent 151 in the second innings of 2008 series. India, it was the last test match of Australia's great wicketkeeper, his farewell test match, and Virendra Sehwag's 151 ensured that India did not lose that test match. And of course, the infamous 36 all out in 2020-21. India rejuvenated not only by their victory in Perth last week, they're also boosted by the return to form, return to scoring 100 by Virat Kohli. And Virat Kohli, he loves batting in Adelaide. He has scored 300s out of his 7 test centuries that he has scored in Australia. 3 have come at this beautiful venue, Adelaide Oval. His first test century in 2011 was his first 3-figure mark in red ball cricket out of the 30 that he has scored till date. 115 in 2011, just when the series was not going India's way and the legends of Indian cricket, VVS Lakshman, Rahul Dravid, had to retire after this particular series. So that was the test in 2011-12 where Virat Kohli announced his arrival into test cricket, scoring his first test century. And his second and third came in the same test match. In 2014-15, he scored 115 and 141. The second innings 100 almost won the match for India when India went for the target, which was 364, and they fell short eventually by 48 runs. That showed India's signs of going for victory against all odds and victory at any cost. Though India fell short, lost the test match, it showed the intent with which Virat Kohli, who was then the stand-in captain because MS Dhoni was out of that test match, the first of that series, due to an injury. Of course, Dhoni would come back to lead in the next 2 test matches before surprising the entire cricketing world by announcing his retirement from test cricket even before the 4th and final test of that series was played, handing over the test captaincy to Virat Kohli. So that was India and their performances, some of their memorable performances in Adelaide, and what does this test match starting on Friday have in store? Well, India have a bright chance of making it 2-0, but then one cannot take Australia lightly. Going by the reports coming from Adelaide, batsman out of form, Marnus Labuschagne, has been getting back to confidence, hitting the ball well and spending a lot of time in the nets. That is something that Australia are talking highly about. Marnus Labuschagne is expected to score, something that he has done at this particular venue in Adelaide in the recent times. India, with the firepower not only in their batting but also in their bowling, led brilliantly by Jasprit Bumrah and ably supported by young bowlers like Harshit Rana, the experienced Mohammad Siraj, and also we can expect off-spinner Washington Sundar to play again, and one has to only feel sorry for Ravichandran Ashwin, who has been India's second leading wicket-taker at this particular venue, picking up 16 wickets in 3 test matches at this Adelaide Oval, second only to Kapil Dev, who has 19 at this venue. Bumrah has played in 2 test matches, 2018-19 and 2020-21, and he is expected, like he has been over the years, lead India's bowling attack and try and help them take all 20 Australian wickets and go 2-0 up in this series. It is not going to be easy. Australia will want to bounce back, level the series, and go into the 3rd test match in Brisbane with scores 11. This pink ball test match is also going to be KL Rahul first day-night test match. Over the years, since his debut in Australia 10 years ago, he has not played in any of the 4 pink ball test matches that India have been involved in. It may be coming as a surprise, but then that is how it has been with Rahul's career, been in and out of the team for form, for fitness issues, for injuries, and now that he has more or less, we can say, cemented his place in the side, either at the top of the order or at number 6. He opened in the absence of Rohit Sharma in Perth, gave a good account of himself, stayed in the middle, saw out the balls, saw out the bowlers. He did something like what Cheteshwar Pujara used to do in the past, and that was very crucial for India in that particular test match. KL Rahul, whether he will bat at the top of the order along with Yashasvi Jaiswal like he did in Perth, or will he go to his middle order position at number 6 as Rohit Sharma is back, it remains to be seen. He was asked in the press conference on Wednesday by the media in Adelaide whether he has been told of his batting position. He said he has been told of his batting position, and he also added that he has been told not to disclose it to the media. So, going by what has been coming from the Adelaide Oval, Rohit Sharma has spent a lot of time in the middle, in the nets that is, and he is most likely to be opening with Yashasvi Jaiswal. I feel for one that Rohit Sharma will be opening with Yashasvi Jaiswal and not straight away give Rahul the pink ball or to face the new shiny pink ball in what would be his first pink ball test match. So he would get some time to adjust, to see how the conditions behave, how the pitch behaves, get used to the conditions and see how it goes before he can get into the middle at his number 6 position. So India, full of confidence, well prepared, should not repeat the 2020-21 Adelaide Test, what happened then, but then best chance for them to reverse that particular result and go 2-0 ahead in this series. But then that won't be without any fight back from the Australians. Well, that's it for now. Until the review of the day 1 action, take care, stay safe, bye bye.